Now it's on. There's a lot that we could talk about today. We can talk about the correlation of the manger and the tomb. Chances are we know the tomb was hewn out of rock. Chances are the manger was as well. We can talk about the correlation of the swaddling clothes and the burial shroud. When I was contemplating on what I talk about, it's hard not to talk about what this celebration is about, the child Jesus. I want to share a little story. It's going to kind of paint or pave the road for what I want to address. It's a long story, but I'll make it real short. I'm sure a lot of you have seen the big jacked up truck, the white truck in the back with spikes on the wheels. And I won that from Diesel Brothers, and there's a lot of Diesel Brothers fans around the country. Well, I ran into one. I stopped to fuel, and a truck pulls up in the fuel island beside me, and he jumps out all excited. He wanted to trade his truck and his wife for my truck, my pickup. A lot of times we want what we don't have. And that's what I want to address. We look at a child, and here in a minute I'm going to bring two up as an example. And we find ourselves saying, oh, I can look at my 30-year-old daughter and, I smile. But there's no awe anymore. No offense, Amy. But why? Is it just like that truck driver that wanted Savage? That's the name of the truck. He didn't have it, but he wanted it. Do we look at a child knowing, especially a child under the age of reason that has been baptized? I have here St. Jack and St. Paisley. Is that what makes us say, oh, because they have something that we may not have anymore? You notice I didn't say that we can't have, because we can have it. Jack, you come up here. I want people to see your smiles. Paisley, you want to come up here too? Come on. Let's stand up here where they can see you. Go ahead, say it. Aw. This little lady just had a birthday the day before yesterday. Or was it yesterday?
Yeah.
4 years old, and this is Jack, who is 5. But we look at these little ones, and obviously they have something that we don't have. And I don't like this microphone. But we can have it. We had it at one time. Life gets in the way, and we get stressed out about bills or our job or not enough hours in the day to do what we have to do. And kind of lose track of where we were at one time. How do we get that back? Well, one thing I always wondered, why we get to open up presents on Jesus' birthday. And I thought, I wanted to ask these two, what would you give Jesus for his birthday?
Love.
Love. Paisley?
I'll give him a heart.
Your heart? We ever think, we're celebrating Jesus' birthday, And then in the morning, we're all going to be sitting down and opening up gifts. But what are we getting for the birthday child? Think about it. What can we give? I asked her the other day, and she said, a monster truck. Of course, we know we can't do that. But all we have to give is ourselves. Like Jack said, love, and like Hazley said, our heart. Our heart. All of it. We've heard the term, we all have a God-shaped hole in us, and only He can fill it. Well, we know that God is love. So St. Jack nailed it when he said love. All our heart, all our soul, all our strength, all our mind. If we can do that, then maybe every year at Christmas we can celebrate by opening the gifts because, hey, we did it. We made it another year, giving ourselves completely to Christ. How do I do that, Mark? Well, I've said before, we can't love what we don't know. So we study, ask, we go to Bible study, or I gave my number out a long time ago and nobody called me. But I'm here. If we can get to that point, we would know what it means to pray without ceasing. If we give ourselves to Him completely, He's going to be on our mind all the time, obviously in our heart. Our soul's going to be on fire. We can say the Our Father, which we all should be doing every day, and really mean it when we say, Thy kingdom come, Thy will be done. Is it God's will that we stress, that we fear, that we grumble, hold a grudge? I don't like so-and-so, so, I quit my job. Or let's look at the church. We looked at the stats. Over 70% of Catholics no longer come to Mass. Well, I left because I don't like my priest. They don't see eye to eye, or I don't like my bishop or the Pope. We're not walking away from the priest, the bishop, or the Pope. We're walking away from God Himself in the Eucharist, body, blood, soul, and the divinity of Christ. So if we can find a way to give Him, give Him our whole being, we fill that God-shaped hole in us. Our light will shine, and we're called to be the salt of the earth. We fill that hole and we'll be real salty. Can we challenge ourselves to do just that? And next Christmas, when we open up presents, we can think, this is my celebration gift that I'm opening up. Because the child Jesus, we know why He came down, to educate us and then die for us, to save us from our sins. There's no other gift we can give them than ourselves. We do that and we find ourselves not grumbling anymore, not fearing, embracing our pain. A lot of you know I'm in a lot of pain all the time, and one day I just said, all right, God, I give it to you as a sacrifice. Now I can smile at my pain. Remember Peter and Paul when they got scourged and they were rejoicing on the way back home because they suffered for Christ. If we give them our whole being, we can suffer for them. And then we can be, again, like St. Jack and St. Paisley. And maybe, this could be an experiment, maybe we won't say, all the time. Maybe we'll just give them a smile and a hug because we're there too. We'll have what they have. Merry Christmas and God bless. All right, you guys can go back.